bets out there, I got another video for today. Again, going back to the future, that's kind of how I view this rifle, because do the math on it, guys. Do the math. You'll find Back to the Future makes sense. What am I talking about? I'm talking about my ego. No, I'm talking about this little thing here. There we go. So I'm not blinding you with extra light. You can already tell it's an AR-15, but I've already started doing some really weird things to it. This is going to be more of a product review and a little bit of my thinking, but more of a product review than anything on the lower. I have an upper for it, but we'll get to that, what happened to the upper. So what are we looking at? We are looking at an Omni hybrid multi-cal. Isn't that impressive? Look, it's even got the little nuclear thing. So why am I calling this a Back to the Future rifle? It's an AR-15. AR-15s came around in 1954. And when did Back to the Future take place? 1955 is the movie, based in 55, 85, and then 2015. So this would have, well, not this, but the M16, the AR-15, did exist in 1954. So and everyone thinks they're so futuristic and modern looking, and they are old. I'm sorry if you were born in 1954, you're old too. I'm younger than that, and I'm old. I'm a lot younger than that, and I'm old. So deal with it. This Omni hybrid multi-cal thing is the cheapest, I think, lower you can get. I'm not sure if they're still manufacturing them in Canada. We have not been able to buy anything regarding uppers or lowers for AR-15s for over 5 years now, thanks to our clowns in the government. I say leave guns and politics out, but when the politicians go after my guns, I don't have a choice but to talk about it, do I? But that's the extent today. I'm going to talk about that, and we'll see what happens in the future. But I'm pretty sure this thing will come back to being viewed as a handgun, which is still not ideal. Like, you can't take these things hunting, you can't take them plinking. All you can do is take them to the range and back. But that's, like I said, a story for another day. These have a lot of stigma and concern about them, and I think that's legit stigma and concern, because these are complete polymer with a few metal inserts. And when I say inserts, you can kind of see right up in there. Right up in there, there is a metal insert. So this was cast around that part there. Now for the lowers, they don't take a ton of force. Most of the force is up in here. This, I find, does transfer a lot of the energy back into the polymers quite reliably and safely. The pin itself actually goes through the metal as well. The pin on the front also has a metal insert. It's a little harder to see. Lighting's not so great, but you can see a bit of a light square there. That's the metal for the pin showing through there. So it's reinforced in those two spots, which do make it pretty good, in my opinion. Assembly on this went together pretty well. There's some weirdness because it's polymer. Parts up here are thick. This is not a mil-spec AR by any stretch of the imagination, so you're going to have trouble with some aftermarket parts. This pin just barely goes through, so an extended pin is kind of necessary. I wanted to do a sci-fi look on this one here, so I went with stainless steel mag and paddle and catch and everything like that, just to zhuzh it up. The safety is the standard one. I never got around to replacing that because I've never got around to firing this. This was banned before I had a chance to even test fire it. Thank you. The stock is a really inexpensive sliding stock, and I know a lot of people will kind of go a little bit crazy with their stocks. For me, more minimalistic the better. That was hard to say, but it came out okay. You have some sling swivels attachment there. There is a part here for putting a cheek riser, but I don't know where you'd get that cheek riser from. It has the carbine length tube, buffers, everything standard there. Nothing crazy. This one has a completely factory trigger. There is no There's no no wall. It just drops, and it should be at a military weight. We can actually test that. Let's test that, shall we? Let's see what weight it's at. I tested another one I did where I did modify and put lighter springs in it. It was breaking at 6 pounds. Ow! That was 6.5. Let's do another one. Six and a half, a little bit less. The paint job is interesting, accidental. Interesting in the sense that it was supposed to be all white. I used some sort of weird automotive paint for rims, because why not? It's just like $50 lower or something crazy. And in Canada, it's a pain because you have to wait like 12 months to get this thing transferred to you. But regardless, they're inexpensive. If I'd known this might be the last one I ever get, I probably wouldn't have done this to it. The grip, people always look at the grip and say, what in the world? And this is not for precision. This is not for being comfortable. This is not for compliance. This is for cool. I don't know how many of you guys care for something like this, but I actually find it quite comfortable. It feels like you're holding a rifle as opposed to holding a pistol. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Design-wise, actually, the aesthetics of this I don't mind. As I'm looking at it right now, I've finished that Fallout. I'm sure you guys have seen Fallout 2, the series. I hope you have. If you haven't, go watch it. But this logo is very kind of Fallout to me. And this is long before the movie came out. So you could do a lot of cool things like this. I mean, I think if I were to do it over again, I'd probably maybe do all blue with yellow lettering, or maybe all yellow with blue lettering. You guys tell me when things come back to normal here in Canada. I think it's time to do an AR-15, but not Brandon Herrera's AR-15. Kudos to him for his prop. And I don't mean an insult when I say prop, but to me that's what he built, was a prop, and it looks good. I wouldn't mind owning it, so not pooping on anybody's parade. This lower is okay. I find it acceptable. It takes uppers quite normally. There's no issue with fit or anything like that. But what's not okay is they make an upper to go with this. The upper is still around here somewhere, and it's been cut into 4 pieces by my bandsaw because I figured it was just too dangerous to leave in one piece, and I didn't want anybody picking it up and thinking they could use it. It is complete garbage. Do not buy these uppers. I believe it's ATI who makes these. Do not buy the uppers. You're going to run into a couple problems. Number one, to install it, you're going to need a chamber wrench. So basically, it fits into the chamber of the barrel, and then you can try to tighten things down after the fact from the outside, because you cannot put any pressure on any of these polymers. When I was working on my upper, as I was tightening down not the capsule nut, but the barrel nut, as it was coming down, it started to crack the polymer. And the way I was doing it, I didn't have the chamber wrench. The barrel itself was put into a very large vise to stop it from turning, and I wasn't applying any pressure at all. None to this, but just the force of the barrel not coming down to the proper inch pounds, not foot pounds, inch pounds, which I don't recall the numbers offhand, cracked it. And once you have a cracked upper, you have a ticking time bomb, hence going through the bandsaw. So, hey, Trudeau, you can have it. Please give me $800. Give me $800 for my broken upper, and then get lost. All right, guys, I'm going to call this short video done. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope I'll be able to show you some video of AR-15s in the future. I know a lot of people don't look at them as older guns, but they really are. And when I say boomer, I'm not insulting anybody. I mean, my parents, aunts, uncles, everybody I know is pretty much a boomer except for my cousins and my friends. So I don't mean any disrespect when I say boomer, but I hope you boomers appreciate this. This is from your generation, and I think in some respects it's overlooked, and in others respects it's an abused make of firearm, the AR-15. But that can be a video for another day that can get a little bit controversial, but not. I don't mean anything in a negative way, and if something does come off as wrong and negative, I do want to hear from you guys. Let me know if I'm saying something in a wrong way. Alright guys, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you enjoyed my little rant here. If not, you're probably not watching anyways. Bye.